Good morning. Let us see the next concept in the Android, the fragments in the Android. We already discussed about the fragments in the class. In this video, I am going to demonstrate the fragments concept. A fragment is just a subactivity. For example, here you can see an application like a news application or an email application and so on. For example, let us see some newspapers. So some subactivity contains the headlines, for example page 1, page 2 and so on, or headline 1, headline 2, headline 3 and so on. If you click on the, for example, particular headline 1, the corresponding matter will be displayed in the second activity. Or if you click on the particular email inbox, it will show the details in the second activity. So like this, there are the number of examples about the fragments. Okay, see here, suppose the device is very big, so both the activities, so within the one activity there are two fragments, fragment 1 and fragment 2. Both the fragments will be available within a single activity if the screen device is big, or we can say that there is a landscape mode. For example, if the device is very small, or you can observe that the mode as portrait mode, then it may looks like two activities, two different activities. We can say that this is the main activity, this one we can call it as a detail activity. So in the first activity we can say that there is a one fragment, it is occupying whole activity, and one more fragment is going to occupy the second activity completely because of the device is in the portrait mode or because of it is small. Now if you click on the particular headline, it will display the second activity with this fragment. Again it will come back, again we need to come back and click on the second page and so on. Okay, so let us see an example for this, how to do. Here I am going to demonstrate an example. In this today's class, just I want to create this interface. So this interface consisting of two fragments. The one fragment is going to contain several buttons. For example, Android is the one button, iOS is the one button, Windows is the one button and so on. If you click on this button, it has to show some description in the second activity. But the event handling I am going to deliver in the next video. For time being, in this video, just I am going to create two fragments with their own layout. Let us see how to do this. So the file new Android application project fragment example, next, finish. So now first of all we need to create the two fragments. First create the two layouts for each. So the first one, so in the layout you can choose the new other Android XML layout file, Android XML layout file. Now what is the file name? For example, fragment 1, the file name is fragment 1. Now let us take it is the linear layout, finish. Okay, now the fragment 1.xml contains, so what it is going to have. So we already thought that it is going to have some list of buttons. Okay, so here I already created the 3 buttons. Let us copy that code without wasting our time. Okay, so let us see what is the code, this thing. So I am creating the first button. For example, the first button having the text as jelly bean, the button 2 having the, for example, the text as KitKat, and the button 3 is going to have the button name as lollipop. So these are the 3 buttons I created and save. Now you can see the layout also. So this is the layout for the first, fragment. Now let us move to the next fragment. You can create the one more fragment, layout new other Android XML layout file, next, fragment 2. Again you can choose linear layout, next, finish. Now for the fragment 2, so what I am going to have, so for the fragment 2 we thought that to display the some text view. So let us take the text view as some message, copy. So this is the text view code. So the text view, just I am displaying the some text, Android version name, API, and the description. In the new line means it will go to next line and so on. Just a text view. Okay. Now you can save it. You can also see its design. So this is just version name, API, description. So the thing is, if you click on the first one, it has to display the corresponding message in the second activity. Okay. So these are the two XML layouts we got it. Now come to the source, you can create their corresponding Java files. New Java class. Okay. So in the Java class, what is the class name? For example, fragment 1. The Java class name is fragment 1. Now Java file is created. Now here we need to write it as fragment. So it should extends a fragment class. Should extend a fragment class. Now here you can observe that we have to here observe here import fragment Android support dot version 4 is there, import is there. So because I am using the lower version, so I am asking to support package all to add it. So it's better to import this. Okay, this line to be add. So remember, you need to choose this line. Okay. Now we need to override the one method called as on create view. If you type simply on C, if control space, it will give the suggestions for on create view. If you select this, it will write this whole message. Okay. Now here you can replace this return statement by, I will give the code for that. Now here you can import the class for view. Yes, I will get it. View already imported. So view v is equal to inflated dot inflate of what is the layout. What is the layout for first one? You can speak control layout. It will give fragment 1 layout. Container false. So this is the fragment 1 class. That means what is the fragment 1.xml? Their corresponding Java file. In the corresponding Java file, we are going to load the fragment 1.xml file. The syntax for to load is, this is the syntax. Okay. Now create the one more file, one more Java class called as fragment 2. Fragment 2. Finish. Okay. Just to copy the fragment 1 code as it is. Just replace this name as fragment 2, and here also you can replace this name as fragment 1 by fragment 2. That's it. Okay. So now fragment 1.java completed, fragment 2.java completed, their corresponding XML files. Now activity main.xml. What the activity main.xml going to contain? So the activity main.xml is going to contain two fragments. So I am changing, instead of relative layout, I am changing linear layout. Here also the corresponding linear layout, and I am taking the orientation also, and orientation is equal to horizontal. Okay. Here I want to place these two XML files. For this, just I have the code for this, I can explain. Copy. Yes, see, this is the first fragment. So the first fragment contains width, height and id, the name. What is this name? Observe here, com dot example dot. This one we need to change it. What is the name now? If you observe here, it is giving the two suggestions to you. Com dot example dot fragment example means package name dot what is its Java file. Fragment 1 is the Java file. Okay. Similarly, here also you can change the name. Fragment. Got it. So the remaining thing are as it is. So save all files. Now coming to the main activity.java. So remember, in the main activity.java, because we are working with fragments, here main activity should extends a fragment activity. Okay, so a fragment activity, it should extend. Import the fragment activity. Once we import the fragment activity, it is success. So remember, it should be. Some students are working in the Android Studio, then it will come action bar activity. So no need to replace in such case. Okay, this is for those who are working in the Eclipse, and if it is the activity, if it is action bar activity, no need to replace. If it is only activity, then you can replace it by fragment activity. Okay, so maybe it was completed. Now let us start its execution. Let us see. Now you can observe that there are two activities here. The first activity contains 3 buttons, the second activity contains some messages. Okay, in the next class we are going to see how to provide the communication between two fragments. That means if I click on Jelly Bean, I want to display some information about this version. If I click on the KitKat, I want to display some information. If I click on the Lollipop, I want to display some information. Okay, thank you.